Hey guys, Keel Quick here, and this is a kind of impromptu recording at about 1 in the morning. Hopefully it's not too loud for you. Let me turn the volume down on that. Anyway, I just wanted to throw on the recorder and chat for a little bit. So I've been having a pretty bad time. I got a car accident, trouble finding a job, normal problems of today, and just really depressed today. And I've had depression for a while, and I've had some medication for it for like past few months, and I'm just feeling down. And I do that kind of normal thing, like where you open Steam and you're like, oh, what am I gonna play? What am I gonna do? And just nothing look good. You know, like a million channels on, but nothing to watch still. That kind of thing. And just overwhelmed with choice. And all of the big things in like games news these days, it's like a Fallout 76 or the Red Dead Redemption 2's multiplayer that's coming out. And those the thing is just microtransactions going, like, permeating them. And so I updated Unity because I wanted to get back on track doing some stuff with Aegis Online, that kind of thing. And to test it, I opened this old project I made, this little space flight thing. I put this together in just a couple hours, like a year ago or something, just because I wanted to. And it opens really quick, so that's why I opened it up when I when I updated Unity, so I could test to make sure everything did work properly. Because Aegis Online is a pretty big project. It takes a while to open up because I have a really slow old hard drive that has it on it. But anyway, like, again, terrible day, and I boot this up and I just start tweaking with it to make sure it still works. I don't even know if it works with the keyboard or controller. I'm using an old Xbox controller with it now. And it's just so much fun. And it's so simple. All I have are these little green dudes that don't even turn correctly. And some little streaks. You should be able to see those on my ship. That's where I've been hit. It's like I'm leaking fuel or something. And they just shoot at me whenever I'm kind of close to in front of them. I'm gonna get out of there because it's kind of annoying. And I shoot them until they die, and then they respawn. They just teleport somewhere else. And this is so much fun. I can press B on the controller to change the fire mode. And just this simple game is so much fucking fun. I'm just flying around without a care in the world. Except for I have to shoot these green guys. And slow down occasionally. Lots of barrel rolls. And that just, I don't know. It would make me sad, but this game is really fun. And, like, who else remembers when games were fun? Like, I was watching the WAN show, and they mentioned Halo, and I remembered playing Halo with my best friend recently, and it's still just fucking fun. Like, you just run around meleeing the grunts, shooting the elites, and all that good stuff, and avoiding the flood, because they suck. And God, there needs to be more simple, gratifying stuff like this. I mean, I don't have power-ups. I don't have anything. Here, I have a ship. I don't even die because I stopped before I could code that in, or before I made anything happen when you run out of hit points. So I think they're in there behind enemy lines, or behind enemy lines, behind the code, behind the scenes. Ah. I don't know if you can see it there, but they're, oh yeah, you stand still, you actually, like, spark. I was having fun with the particle effects. So, everywhere I've hit, that happens. Yeah, so they'll just turn around, aim towards me. Come on. Die! Haha! Then you got these, red spheres, because you kind of need something to reference yourself off of, even in deep space, because humans weren't made for that. And they pop too. be a fun. This is a fun little game I made. I kind of want to like keep updating it and stuff. Like I don't want to make it too complicated, because I don't know. Like that's the thing I think. Like with Steam, you get overwhelmed by choice, overwhelmed by all the channels on TV, overwhelmed by like I could do so much, and like everything, like to watch a new show, it's like some sort of like, oh, what if it's really good, but then I'm gonna want to binge watch a bunch of episodes because I have no self-control, or like what if this game is cool and then I'm gonna lose myself in it so much that I'm gonna like be late for work because I have no self-control. Should make a game that gives me self-control. But like I don't know, it's just like I'm like that, you know. I'm always worried that starting a new thing will suck me in too much and then take up way too much of my time. Like that's the main reason I don't read like new novels, like because I can get really sucked into a story and then I will continue reading them to the point where it's like not healthy. Like people with the Netflix binges now are like, oh my god, I watched the show so long that like I got a headache and my eyes hurt and like I don't feel so good, blah blah blah. It's amazing. You know, you feel worn out after the marathon of 2 seasons of your show. And I would do that with books. Like I would just binge read entire books in one sitting. And I'm not a super fast reader. I read at about the same pace and with the same stops that I would use if I was talking. So like I'd go 12 hours, read an entire friggin' book, which I guess is about the same as the season, and if there were more available, then I'd keep going. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is that some really good stuff, like there are good games out there, there are good books out there, there are good shows out there, and sometimes they they seem like they will have an investment of time, and there isn't really enough, I think, or at least I don't know about it. I mean, I don't go out sifting through games on Steam. I mean, I made this because it was easier for me to make this game than it was for me to sift through everything on Steam, which maybe says something about the ability to find good stuff on Steam. But I don't know. There's so little investment here. Like I said, no upgrades, nothing. It's just fun. Fly around, you got little engine sounds. I don't know if you can hear them. You got little green dudes. And then amongst all the red, little kind of Christmassy. 'Tis the season. And they don't turn. So the controls here for the main thing is you can rotate or you can roll and you can pitch to go up and down, and that's all. You don't have yaw. You can't turn left or right. So to turn, you have to rotate and then pull up, because it was easier for me to code it in like that, and I don't know, more fun. So if I were like going as a person, I'd have to pitch and then roll, and then they would get a good shot at my back, so they could see my back and get a shot at me. These guys, they don't have to do that. They can yaw, so they stay nice and flat when I shoot them. I don't know. I think something that is a problem with the industry now is that the things that would be like this, where it would be just a very simple, I'll say time waster, because I'm not wasting time, I'm enjoying myself just doing this. The things that would have occupied this space have become those, like the free-to-play thing, because if you're like, oh, I'm just gonna waste 10-20 minutes on it, I don't want to pay a lot of money for it, you don't want to invest a lot. So it's all those free-to-play titles, which means it's all the titles with like microtransactions in it. And then, like, I'm pretty poor, I'm not well off. The fact that there's money involved at all, like even the possibility of it, makes it less enjoyable, because like I'm gonna see all these things that I can buy, and I'll be reminded of my status in the world. And so even in those games that are free to play, it's nice that I get to play them and stuff. But I am reminded constantly that I cannot afford all the cool, fancy, nice things, even if they are just a cooler looking ship or something. And games like that, like puzzle games, really simple puzzle games, like Jewel or Tetris or something, are just laden with these microtransactions lately. So even your simple, like, relax, run around and shoot static targets in space game is stressful because it does that. It brings up money. And that's, I don't know, something that I haven't actually heard about, like with Jim Sterling and other people who, young Ye, who rail on games for having microtransactions and stuff, is just, like, you know, exploitative loot boxes, all that. But just that little scratching at the back of your head of, not back of your head, but the back of your mind of something. Got someone on my tail. That nagging at the back of your mind that you're reminded, like when you're trying to do your escapist relaxing thing, of like your problems in the real world. And that's annoying. It's like, I love simulation games. I like games that really get into it. But if there's a game that's so deep that I have to, like, actually in-game buy health insurance, that's not going to be fun for me. I don't want to have to fucking deal with that in a game. That's not why I'm in a game. I want a game that simulates a spaceship and all the cool parts of it. And all the stuff that interests me that I don't get to fucking mess around with every day. So I'm not my friend from high school that works with SpaceX. Shout out to him if he sees this. And gets this far into the video. I don't even know how long I've been yammering. I just wanted to, I don't know, reminisce over games that were just kind of fun, that you could always pick up. Like, what's it? There's that, not really, it's a meme. It's like you go to Netflix and try to look for something new and you just watch The Office again. Like, I've been playing Supreme Commander, a game that was released 10 years ago, since it launched. Like, I've bought multiple copies of it because I would lose it and you'd need the CD to install stuff back then. And of course, Halo. Halo was a go-to before all my Xboxes broke. Ghosts, like, because it had bots, so it was a static challenge that never got better and didn't have to be a fucking hassle. I could accomplish something every time I picked it up. And see how much I would accomplish. That's why I really like bots in games, and I guess I'm just going off on tangents. So if you're still here with me, thanks for hanging out. But Drifter, another YouTuber, I'm just going to keep name dropping people. He made a video like 4 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago. And it was like, oh, why do people even want bots? What the hell? They're not fun. And you know, from his perspective, I understand. He's seems pretty competent in the game. He was a Call of Duty YouTuber. I think he still is. So he was playing online competitive, and like I wrote out this big old reply to him because I was going to make a video, but I never ended up doing it. But just like, I want a static thing to get better against. Because when you play against other people, they're always going to get better at the same rate. And yeah, it's a different experience, but sometimes, like with this, I started with these red spheres, which aren't even the default sphere. I custom made a icosphere for this. And they just sit still, they do nothing. But here I am flying around, and it's still fun to go fast and see if I can hit them. And it's not even AI, it's just a static target. It's fun. I mean, I have guns, I go to the shooting range too. That's fun too. And the moving ones, even though their AI is super basic, still fun. I mean, it's not going to keep me engrossed for, like, 5 hours, or however long video game single-player campaigns are these days. But I can come back to it and fly around, get my sea legs again. Man, I've been shot a lot. Nice. I'm probably going to make different versions of these dudes. One, I'm going to make them taller. Make them so they spin and turn properly. Anyway, I don't really know what I'm talking about. I'm just yammering and recording it for people to hear, or for me to come back to later. Oh, so I got one on my tail, and it should start shooting at me any second. Come on. But yeah, let me see if I can get one on my tail again. Because you'll notice my gun is right on my nose, the nose of my craft. And if we can pull up right beside one of them, you'll notice that their guns are out on their wings. Yeah, remember you saw it right there. See if we can get a better look. Yeah, they're out on their wings because they were way too accurate if I put them on the nose, because they would shoot straight forward. So they are actually... So I didn't put in any inaccuracy coding on the guns. But like in this position, see how they go around me sometimes? And that's fun, like, because they won't just shred me. They might hit me. Usually it's because of a mistake on my part. So I can actually dodge them just by standing still sometimes. Yeah, I know. I'm weird. Just yammering. Anyway, simple fun games. Let me know what's your go-to. Like, when you need to de-stress. I used to go to PlanetSide 2, which was never a good idea, because I will get competitive and mad and start hunting a single person death cycle. Death cycle! Anyway, I think I put this up on the web somewhere. So if I did, I think it was either a web player or a Windows download. I'll put a link to that in the description as well. And if I update it, I'll put that there as well. Anyway, it's 2 in the morning. I'm Kale the Quick. Thanks for watching. Don't die.